I'm recording, by the way, just so you can hopefully see the resonance, the resonance in the atmospheric gases caused by sending modulations and certain pulse widths through the harmonics of water, or phases of water in the atmosphere, and also directional signals, whether video and transmitted, or whether a receiver with a mixed wave oscillator thrown in a receive tunnel, and then basically impulse of polarity created to suck it up like a bank teller, like a send from a bank teller. That's what a lot of this is, and it's certain signals when mixed together they create direction, and it also creates a impulse when it goes from certain harmonics of water to certain harmonics of water. So like the atmosphere is a phase of water, so if it goes from the atmosphere to water, it will create an impulse, and if you combine a few other waveforms with it, whether you vary the amplitude, or whether it's certain frequencies combined, or whether you vary the phase, and could be the rate at which you vary those things, you can create direction, and you can actually send a transmission to a receive. You can create impulse and all kinds of cool things, but that's what's on me right now. You can see that some of the static, if I get the 30 hertz line, because some of it is 60 hertz, or let's see, 60 hertz and certain harmonics of that, and then certain harmonics of water, like 2.45 gigahertz, and then harmonics all the way down to 0 and all the way up. And you actually have negatives of those also on some systems, whether they got like a diode on the antenna, or whether they kind of create a diode with a mixed wave oscillator and phase and amplitude. And then anyway, I'm just going to videotape it for a little bit. Why do you say that shit every fucking time? I mean, you make me want to hold it in, but you say it for one thing, which I always hold my vapes in like that. A lot of times I hold them until you can't see nothing blow out. I'm trying to transfer it. Get somebody else with it. I just need to what? Is there not a cool fucking female that hears me? That just needs a roommate? And let me go on Craigslist or something. I mean, not. Where do you find that shit nowadays? That resonance right there, you can see it looks like static or blurry, and you see the resonance, the pulse. You could possibly demodulate that with audio, or it might be polarized or something, but you still see it pulsing. But there's probably several different things going on, or audio going several different ways, because this is a mutual receive tunnel, and inside that there's probably several streams. They'll probably use something like carbon at 75 megahertz and then polarize that so it'll go through the tunnel. And I know certain gases on here, when you do that, you resonate atmospheric gases, which you usually always do with impulse and transmissions and receives. But some of those you polarize and change, and you can feel them or see them. They become thick. They can condense, or they what do you call it? They condense, or they I don't know what you call it. They couple together though. And anyway, they're probably sending through carbon 75 megahertz or harmonics of water and polarizing, basically making them an impulse. So they'll go through a receive tunnel with pretty much the same direction, or you can have a different direction, but by polarizing or impulse. And they're doing that with many channels. They're sending many channels through the one receive that's on me. So they're just polarizing those 75s, and what they're doing is they're basically making a slightly different phase, and they're also using 60 hertz, which is the power company's well, it equals 120, but it's a harmonic of that, so they're using harmonics of the power company's resonance, and harmonics of water and atmosphere, and basically space also. Because harmonics of water would be basically water, oceans, lakes, atmosphere and its layers, and then space. Those would be the phases of water and the harmonics of water. So as you go through the frequencies, let's just say you start at 0, everything with 3, like 1.2 megahertz to 2.45 megahertz, and harmonics of that all the way up to 2.45 gigahertz, which is what microwaves use. That's harmonics of water. So up or down, you'll change the harmonics and it'll be space or atmosphere. But they're using that, and then harmonics of carbon, and then they're sending, creating a receive, and then sending impulses and polarized signals through those. But that way it masks them. It's also what they do with the voice transmissions. Whenever they send them to you or your body, they can get them in your skin with the harmonics of water and polarize it, or impulse, whether it's an antenna or a diode on the antenna, or a mixed wave oscillator. And just combining different waveforms with phases. Either one you could do, with antenna or with mixed waveforms. But you can polarize everything. Everything you need to do, you could do with the antenna, the waveform. You can do with the adjusting of amplitude, of phase, of frequency, basically how fast you go up or how fast you go down, like the speed at which you accelerate or decelerate, and the rate at which you vary that. So whether you go at a constant logarithmic pace, just slowly down, slowly up, or whether you start slow and increase a certain speed or ratio, all those basically do the same thing. But anyway, because there's really only one wave, really. It's really the rate at which you vary the what would you call it, the expansion or the collapse of the speed, the rate of change compared to the rate of change of everything on the outside of it. That's the way I look at it, or electrical pressure. Anyway, I'm gonna be quiet. Yes, I heard him recommend it. That's why he triggered the impulse to me to be quiet, but I will. Pretty much every word you just heard me say. Since I started recording, you'll be able to find an impulse or some type of negative combined with other things that lead to a person sitting in front of a microphone and radio and speaking those same things. Either that or like a wireless mic setup. It might not have to be like a broadcast announcer directly in front of a microphone, but right now you just trace it back and find somebody saying the same shit. But that's not what we're really trying to solve today. Alright, I'm gonna pause it in hopes of I pause it and unpause it and hoping it'll get in a different part of the wave. You see, I'm on 30 hertz, so it has to be the frequencies. For the frequencies to show on my screen, they will have to be in harmonics of 30. So if it's slightly outside that, it won't show worth a shit. See, I want one of y'all to let me work for you too. Work alongside of you. Yeah, I feel the atmospheric gases or the carbon. See, the carbon or something being polarized. It's kind of rising, which that's what I noticed with Ami. I'm not sure that was common with all females, but I noticed with Ami, the atmospheric gases were polarized, and where they were supposed to be going down, little parts of the atmosphere that went in her crotch and up her ass and my ass, you can see little streams where they do send those transmissions that are polarized, and they resonate the atmospheric gases right around your crotch, and they do that and fuck with you, and you can actually see little bitty streams. That's the only reason that resonance is even visible, because it's doing things like going through carbon and other things. Like that carbon goes through your pores first when you make a resonance field, and you use the harmonics of water or carbon. Once it collapses, it creates an impulse and it goes through the pores on your skin, pores on your head, the hairs. It goes through that, and then it gets in your central nervous system, and then goes from there to your eyeballs and out your eyes. Or, I mean, you can travel backwards. You can go through your eyes and then through your central nervous system and out your pores. But either way, your arm hairs and your pores connect to your eyes. It's basically your central nervous system. But because of that, I guess when they have that resonance collapses and it goes through your pores, you can always see a stream of the atmospheric gases that go through your digestive system in your lungs and between your blood cells and stuff. You can see that oxygen stuff come out of the crotch, and you can see little parts of it that are polarized from their transmissions, because we're wired we're wired to everything around us, trees, everything through our central nervous system and the atmospheric gases, and it's woven within our bodies and between our cells. And you can see it go through every pore.